What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Sex Mechanic Podcast, the podcast where we talk about sex, dating, and situationships. I, of course, am your host, the Sex Mechanic, aka Jeanson Benoit, aka Mr. Born to Explore, aka Confident Creator, aka I Did It My Way. And
It's a
we got
lot
a
of
special guest
AKAs.
today. It's a lot of AKs. I've heard, maybe one or two too many, but it works for me.
Big up
Um,
yourself, friend.
we got a special guest today. We've got somebody that I've known for almost 3 decades. Like saying it out loud is kind of like, oh shit,
You're aging yourself.
that's okay. You know what? I'm not even gonna say nothing about that. We've known each other for quite some time, and
Fourth grade.
is it fourth? I thought it was third.
Fourth grade. Miss Friedman's class.
Oh, Friedman. I thought it was Munchin's class. All right.
Mm-mm.
Still almost 3 decades, but anyway. She is fiery. She's passionate. Um, we go back and forth all the time, but also most of the time playfully. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't get too bad usually, but we always have a great conversation when we're talking about certain things. So I wanted to bring her on, and I want to introduce you all to my good friend Joane.
Hi,
Joane, thank you for being here.
everybody. Absolutely. I couldn't wait. I was waiting for the invite.
Look, okay, so let me tell you about the invite, right? I know too many people to be inviting everybody one by one. So I was so happy when you reached out, and I was like, oh yes, please come on. Because if I'm cool with you, I would love for you to be on the show. Like, absolutely, without question. So yeah, I would have it no other way. Yeah, so today we're gonna continue, what I'm saying, talking about some of the same stuff we tend to talk about. And what I just started was doing this segment called rants and peeves, which is like stuff that kind of gets under your skin when it comes to dating or sex or situationships. So
I
since you're
can
my
go on
guest
forever
today,
about that.
you know what, I know my friend, right? So I felt like I was trying to come up with something, and I was like, you know what, I could just ask Joanne because I'm sure she's got a few, I'm saying, maybe a few.
How much
So
time do we have?
as much time as you need. I want you to give me one. Maybe your top one, maybe it's in your top three or something, but give me one that
Right now, my
just
top
really,
pet peeve.
yeah,
My top pet peeve in dating.
yes. I want to hear it.
Oh my God. You know, I don't like when I just met someone, we're getting to know each other, and it's all about him.
Hmm.
Like I feel like it should be like a back and forth. I ask you some questions to get to know yourself. You ask me some questions, but as of late, it's been like, you know, the guy is more than happy to, talk about himself, but there's really no like in-depth questions back, and it's just kind of like, all right, this is not gonna work.
Fellas, I hope you're out there listening because this is game. Like, this is not just Joanne. I'm telling you, like, if you're gonna have a conversation with somebody, really learn to have a
I mean, and this
conversation and
is
not
not,
just,
and I'm not talking about like, hey, how was your day? Like not those type of questions, but like really in-depth questions.
I know what you mean. Okay, that's fair.
I have another one.
Go ahead, add on.
Also, I don't like can we talk about the comments?
Of course we can. Yeah, talk
Okay,
about whatever you
so
want.
Jennifer is on and she just said a dating world so upside down these days. Yes. And I think social media has like a huge I think it's like social media has a huge part to play in that. Like that's another, oh my goodness. If I can meet a man
Mm.
who does not have social media,
There's guys that
I
ask for the same thing too.
yeah, that's not me though. So I'm not the girl for him. I'm not the girl for him. I'm not the girl for him. Another huge pet peeve of mine in dating is men who don't know what they want, or they say what they think you want to hear.
Mm, mm.
And as you get to know them better, it's like, this not, you lied.
That's not what you
You
said in the
lied.
beginning.
Exactly. So I would say those are my top two, just off the top of my head.
So people lying just to kick it, basically, and
Yes.
people that go on and on about themselves, and don't know how to
On
do
and
it back and forth.
on about themselves. Yes.
That can't be annoying because even me, as somebody who's a listener, just naturally, sometimes I get tired of listening. And I kind of want to I just kind of want to know that you're interested in hearing something from me as well. Not even because I just want to talk,
Exactly.
but like, if we're sharing, then we're sharing. We're not just listening to one side. So I'm with you on that. You got any more? Because I mean, you know,
I
you
listen.
got you got some good ones so far. Like you like 2 for 2.
Like I said, we could be here all night. I don't think your
give me
listeners.
give me one give me one more. One more. Because
Oh
I
my
think
god,
people
one
can
more
relate.
pet peeve.
Yeah.
I don't like guys who wait too long to make a move. And I'm not talking about sexually. I mean just like, hey, let's meet up for lunch or let's go to the bookstore. Let's go sit at the park. Just something. It's like, I don't want to be a pen pal. I don't
Does
want
it
to be your
show
phone
a
friend.
lack does it show a lack of assertiveness or
A lack of assertiveness, and in my I always think you're dealing with like multiple women. That's my
mm,
default like reasoning. Like, oh, he's got like 5, 6 other people
and
that he's
he
dealing
trying to
with.
juggle. Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to see where he could fit me in. I don't like that.
Okay, that's a good one actually,
I
and
don't
I've
like
heard that
that.
before. I've seen on Tinder where women write, not looking for a pen pal. So that's kind
I
of
was
interesting that
tempted
you
to
say
write that, but then I was like, I don't want people to look at my profile and be like, "Well, she must have been on here forever." She, so I'm like, I don't. But you know, dang, how many guys are you meeting? They don't want to be pen pals. So, yeah, I don't like the. I don't want a pen pal. I don't need a phone buddy. Oh, I got another
okay,
one.
go
I
ahead. You
told you I could be
see,
here
do
forever.
your thing.
So I also don't like when like you just meet or not you, but just meet a guy and like conversation number
Mhm.
3, he's moving it to something sexual. I hate that. Like,
It's not letting it get there organically.
yeah, I
Like
don't.
not letting
Yeah,
it just move there in a natural way. It's almost like, all right, so I guess it's about that time to bring this up.
it almost feels like they're testing the waters. Like, okay, how's she going to respond? Is she receptive to this? And no, she's not. Like,
No, she's
I hate that. I hate it so much. Like, oh, God,
so you have some people in the comments saying some things as well.
and
So
these people in the comments, we've talked about that. Like, I don't remember how long ago that I was talking. I don't talk to him anymore clearly, but you know what? We had been on a date and
mhm.
we were talking on the phone. So we had been on one date, and now this is phone conversation, maybe like 4 or 5. I don't know, but I liked him. I was like, okay, cool. And he started talking about like something about me moaning, like he can't, something along the lines of he can't wait to hear me moan. And I was like, why'd you have to
Wow,
do that?
quite the
Why?
bold assumption.
Now I gotta ghost you. Now you're being ghosted. Like why?
Just chill. Basically, is what it comes down to. Like, just chill out. Like, relax, please.
Exactly. It's
If it's
giving
gonna come, it's
thirsty.
gonna come. Yeah, if it's gonna
It's
come,
giving
it's gonna
thirsty.
come. Literally. So there's no need to like press the issue and like be extra. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not a good look. And I've told that to people as well on one of my episodes. Like, hey, don't be too extra or too
Don't
pushy.
be
Like, really,
thirsty. Like guys will
just back
literally
up.
talk themselves out of getting some pussy. Like
Yep, y'all heard it right. I
just
didn't say it.
relax. Just
It wasn't me
relax.
this
Just take it
time.
easy.
I'm just glad you're saying it. Okay. I'm so glad that a woman is saying it because, sometimes for me, it might sound like, oh, well, that's just your experience. Like, you don't know what you're talking about, which is fine if that's what people think. But I'm telling y'all, like, just chill a little bit.
Yeah.
So we have some more. I want to get into a combo ASAP so I can rule them out quick. So she was agreeing, my sister was agreeing with you in terms of not wanting to have these long conversations, these long drawn out conversations. Amen. Erland says, yes, that sucks. Wait,
Such a turn off.
that's such a turnoff. Got you. Sorry. Yeah. So you have a lot of people agreeing with you. I feel like there's a lot more that maybe aren't in the
Listen,
comments
I'm
that are
an
agreeing with
agreeable
you
type of
too.
person.
We'll see as we get more into our conversations. We'll see. Maybe for this stuff, but all right.
Jason, don't
Let's
do
not get
that.
ahead of
Come on.
ourselves. I'm just saying, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Jason.
So okay, so you gave us some really good pet peeves, and I appreciate it.
I'll have more as we go
And
along. I'm sure I'll think of more.
okay, just interject them, into the conversation wherever you see fit. That's how we'll do it. So now I want to talk about if you're ready to talk about telling people what the difference is in your life from. So for those of y'all who don't know, I want to actually let you give, like, the little brief description story, as much as you want to give, or not share,
Okay.
or whatever. But I want you to share, like, your life before being, like, what I would call super, or I don't know, super orgasmic now. Can we say that?
I
Yeah.
yeah, or even
Okay.
mastering, I think is super orgasmic, yes, but mastering it, I think is
Mastering your orgasm.
even better. Yeah, because I can make my yeah, okay, we'll get to
Hey, so
that.
I want you to tell us what's the difference, that, what's how's life been? You know what I'm saying?
Oh
When
my
before
God.
you mastered your orgasm to now where you're at now. Like, I'd love for people to be inspired by your story.
So I've it's only really been like 2 years since I have been able to orgasm from penile vagina sex.
Hmm.
And Jeanson said I didn't have to plug him, but I will. He helped me with this, and not like actually helped me, but he's a sex therapist. So it
Not with
actually came
these.
about not
It was all up
no.
here. All right.
So
All
we
up
had a
here.
conversation, and I think I said something along the lines of X amount of women, X percentage of women never achieve orgasm, and whatever. And you were like, no, every woman can orgasm. So we went back and forth, and you were like, I'm gonna help you. You're like, call me next week, and I'm gonna, you're gonna find your G spot. You're gonna. I'm like, okay, whatever. But I had already been in this mindset of I'm one of those women who just do not come from penile vagina sex. I could come from masturbating or from oral sex, but that was really it. So the first time we spoke, uh you told me how to find my G spot. Like, you sent me a diagram and everything. We talked about, like, relaxing and everything. And so I got very close, but no cigar. So we had like a follow-up conversation. And I was like, oh, well, I got close. It didn't happen. Like I said, I was right. Not all women can experience this. And you were like, no, go back into the lab. Now I want you to do these breathing exercises. And so I tried it. And again, nothing happened. So that same week, I ended up seeing my friend. And just during foreplay, I just felt like this. I was like, what is my body going through right now? And I realized, like, oh, I'm having like an orgasm. So I remember calling you super excited, like, it happened for me. Oh my God. And you were like, oh, it's gonna get better. And I'm like, how does it get better? Like, I came just from like foreplay.
No, this was our in-person conversation when I saw you at my mom's party.
Yes, yeah, no,
That's
yes,
that's when,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So I saw you in person and I was like, oh my God, Jensen, thank you so much. And you're like, oh, it's gonna get better. And I'm like, how does it get better? So as I continued having sex with this person, it was like now I was coming every 3, 4 minutes, probably less time than that. And it was blowing my mind. So yes, fist pump. So again,
Hmm.
I'm reaching out. I'm like, Jason, oh my God. Da, da, da. You're like, it gets better. I'm like what? What can possibly be better than this? What are you talking about? So then I achieved the ever elusive squirting. Since then, I can literally, like, during sex, I can literally say to myself, come right now, and I will come. Like, it's
That's very
amazing.
impressive.
It's oh
Very
my God.
impressive.
So when we talk about mastering though, I have mastered it. Mastered it. So my life is like it's just I don't know if I'm more sexual now, but maybe. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's but it's I don't know, it's been life changing. Like I tell, my girlfriends who, your sister and my other friends that like every time I see jeans and like I need to buy you a short set or something because you have changed my life. And we're laughing, but I do get emotional about it because I spent what the first X amount of years of my life, like just kind of be like, oh well, I'm just one of those women who does an orgasm. And for the past 2 years, I've been having like the best sex of my life.
Mm, mm.
Literally. So listen, whenever Jensen's in town, I buy him drinks. Right? I'm gonna take you to dinner. Like Jensen has changed my life.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I really do. And honestly, I hope that I don't hope. I know this story will affect a lot of women out there who might feel like they're also in that, in that small percent, or not that small percentage, but that large percentage of people who feel like maybe I'm just not one who can come
And I
from,
was fine
you
with
know.
it. Like, I was kind of like, as long as I get hit before, like, okay, whatever.
Hmm.
I just really, it wasn't something I really thought much about. I just felt like I was, one of those, one in that number. I'm
Hmm.
glad to be on the other side. So happy to be on the other
I was gonna
side.
say, actually, speaking of that, like if you are one of those people who hasn't experienced it yet, it's not to say something's wrong with you or like you should feel, any kind of negativity towards that. Like if you've accepted it, then that's okay too. But we're here to say that there is another side and there is another, perspective, and that side is pretty dope
It's
too. You know what I'm
glorious
saying?
on this
Like
side. Okay,
it's,
it's
so
it's
if you're
fun in the
willing
sun
to,
on this side.
hey, exactly. So if you're willing to take that, that step or that move and go to that next level or whatever, I think it benefit you. Because I think
Absolutely.
sexually, I don't know if do you see yourself differently as a sexual being
I
since
do. I do.
okay.
I
All right.
do. I feel more sensual. I feel
Mm-hmm.
sexier. And funny story, the first time it happened, the guy was kind of like, "Oh, okay." But then, like, he's been there for every stage. So he for
Mm-hmm.
the coming every 3 minutes is so he was like, "Nah, bro, what's going on?" Like, who you dealing with? I'm like, no, my friend's a sex therapist, which already sounds like, oh, you have a friend who's a sex therapist. No, like he was, what, honest to God, to this day, he probably thinks I'm lying. He was like, oh, you have a friend that helped you over the phone. Like, he was not buying it. He was not, and then, like you said, it
Oh, you
kept
got me
getting
over here
better. So
sweating.
he was like,
Oh shoot. Oh my
now, mind
god.
you, we had been at this point, we had been dealing with each other for 2 years. So for 2 years, you you
And
haven't
then
had
things
any
just
of this
all of a sudden things just
rapidly.
flip. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, yo, I can understand his concern, to be honest, because the whole thing kind of sounds like some made up, oh yeah, my friend's a sex coach. A what? You go look that up, you can't find, what that is, or who does that.
And I'm
And
like,
then your
he doesn't
friend
even
also
live
happens to
here.
be a
He lives in
guy.
California.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay.
Uh-huh. So
Yeah.
all
All
of
right.
this over the phone. Okay. He was
So
like,
no video, no pictures, no nothing. Come on, really? No
but
FaceTime.
he's very listen. So even like his reaction now is like, I'm saying, I feel like a boss. Like, yeah, I did that. Like, yeah, it's
Hmm.
it's it's life changing. I mean, not even being funny. Like, it's. I do get emotional when I talk about it because, like, I never thought I could experience this.
Hmm. Well, like I've said before, I'm super proud of you, and I'm very happy, um, for like where you've come from to where you're at now, and I'm obviously where you're going to continue to go because, like I've said from the beginning, it just keeps getting better.
I think
Um,
I'm at best right now. I don't know how. Like, knock on wood. I don't know. I think I might be at best right now.
I think as you get older, you might find some changes that occur as well that you'll find some
'Cause-
surprises in there.
Okay.
I'm just saying. But
Okay.
whatever. If not, hey,
I'm
it
not
sounds like
mad
you're
if
having
it
an
does.
amazing time anyway.
I
So
am. I am. I am. I'll continue to have amazing time while I wait for the next
the next
whatever better
phase,
is. Yes.
that's what's up, man. But again, yeah, I'm super proud of you, and I'm happy for what you're experiencing, and I hope that every woman has a chance to experience even a portion of what you've experienced, up to this point. So, you
Well,
know,
I invite all of you to reach out to Jensen for some help. Okay. Ask for the Joanne special. He'll know exactly what you're talking
I
about.
love that the Joanne special.
Ask for the
You might have to
Joanne
trademark
special.
that. It might be that might be in my package of services,
Yeah,
like the
please,
Joanne
please,
special. Yeah,
please, please,
I feel like that's the one
please.
everybody's gonna be going for too.
I
But
As it should be. As it should be.
so
As
now
it
that
should be.
y'all know the master orgasm, or I guess the orgasm master who is Joanne now, her story. and kind of
I
like
am not
how she's
adding that to
gotten.
my list of AKAs. Not
Hey,
adding
you
that
don't
to my
have
list.
to, but
Mm.
I'm just saying it's there. But anyway, now that y'all know her like her background, her story of how she's gotten to be where she's at, um, now we can get into some other conversations. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about some dating stuff, even though we kind of started talking about dating a little bit, some dating stuff, some situation stuff, and whatever else comes up. So I've got some.
Wait, Jennifer
What's
says
up?
share specific tips.
Oh, let me go ahead and write that. Talking to me or to you? To you, right? I feel like
Well,
you're more in a
so
better
what
position.
Jeanson when before I achieved this, I think one of the questions Jeanson asked was like, how do I masturbate? And what do I normally do before speaking in terms of like, I guess, relaxing or getting ready. So I was like, maybe wine, smoke a little weed. Um, so he was like, do that. That definitely helps. Uh there my orgasms are not as intense if I'm just completely sober. And it feels different if I'm only tipsy slash drunk as opposed to maybe smoking a little something or having had smoked and drink. So each one feels different.
Mm.
Um,
And
what else?
the big part of that, let me chime in real quick. The big part of that is not that you have to be under the influence of something.
Yeah.
Those are things that tend, if those are the things that relax you, then that's why I wanted you to continue doing those, because you mentioned that outside of using those things that you might feel a little inside your head and overthinking stuff. So if those are what you need to relax, relaxing is one of the biggest things to get you closer to that point. So just to clarify that part.
Also, the person that I deal with is very sensual. So
Hmm.
that's not necessarily on me, but he's very sensual, very big on foreplay. So like by the time we get to it, like I'm ready. Can you relax? Yeah. So the times that I've been completely sober, like it's I mean, I won't say it's kind of the same, but he's very, very, very big on foreplay. So by the time we get to actual intercourse, like
You
I'm
ready,
almost
ready.
begging. I'm ready.
Hmm. And
I'm
please,
ready.
can you
So
repeat that, please, for a lot of our audience out there? Because that's something else that
listen,
I like to talk
do
about.
not
Is
skip, do not
mm,
mince on the foreplay. Don't try to rush it. Like I don't like quickies. I'm not a fan of it. Like we ain't got time. We just ain't got time. We just gonna have to
take your time.
reschedule it because
Hmm.
yes, 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 yes,
Not
yes.
only that, like taking your time, right? Like you just said something that's really important. So you said that by the time the foreplay is done and you get to the actual like intercourse, you're already you're pretty close. And people don't understand, like people especially who deal with maybe like early ejaculation, if you get the person as close as you can, by the time start intercourse, there's not that much you got to do. And then not only that, it becomes less about what you do technically and more about just being present and keeping the arousal up. So it makes your life easier if you're somebody with a penis, if you kind of get that person to as high a point of arousal as you can before intercourse. Like it really benefits you. It really does. So you know again, I say
And
this
we
stuff,
edge. We
but
used to edge a lot. So I
mm,
kind of
mm,
edging is another one. So Jennifer says share tips for women to get out of their heads. I don't know. I feel like that might be different for for each individual woman. Um, one thing that helps me is like I used to be very self-conscious about my body, and he's like, turn the lights on. Let me just let me like so now
hmm,
at this point I'm walking around like, butt naked, like whatever.
there you go.
But
Yep.
he like his reaction too like that really helped. And it wasn't overnight because I still would be like, no, turn on the closet light, like or something like that.
Yeah.
But eventually we got to a point. I don't know. I just feel very empowered since being able to
Mm,
achieve like an orgasm.
hmm.
Like I like to be submissive in bed, but I still go into it knowing that I'm that bitch because, like, he'll be like, "Hold up, wait, so, God damn," like, and I just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I go into it like, yeah,
You good. Yeah.
yeah.
you
So,
basically got the switch in your hand is what it sounds like. You know what I'm saying? You got the
yes,
master switch and you
yes.
could get it however you want. And that's got to be an empowering feeling. Like to really
I
have
do. I
control over not
feel
only your orgasm, but go ahead.
yeah, how he reacts too. Like I don't know, I feel it's a really good feeling.
Y'all don't know how happy this makes me feel. Every time I hear Joanne talk about, like where she's at now,
It's
like
really
even
life-changing.
and this is just so y'all know, even if I wasn't involved in the process, like I would still be like, oh man, tell me again. You know what I'm saying? Like how good things are for you.
Jason has
Cause I
heard this
love hearing
story
people's
a
success
million
stories.
times. Like,
And
you've heard the
I
story a
can't get
million times.
I don't get tired of it because every time it's kind of like, man, you know what I'm saying? This shit is possible for more people as well. So I love it.
So it's funny because when this was first happening, I told a mutual friend of ours, well, she's your friend through
Hmm.
your sister,
Okay.
and she was like, "I can't call him for that. That's my best friend's list." I'm like, "Okay, shoot." I was like, "You better get out your head and call him." She's like, "Oh, well,
Even
why don't you just help me?" I was like, "I'm not the therapist. You need to call him."
wait, I want to be clear. I'm not a therapist, y'all. I'm a coach. All
Sorry,
right.
coach. I'm like, "Well,
That's
you need
okay.
to talk
That's all
to
right.
him
That's
because."
all right.
She was like, "I can't." I was like,
You see, even when you reached out to me, it was on some like really not professional, but it was more like, hey, I need your help, not as my
I
friend, but I
mean,
need your
it
help
was just kinda like if
as you know.
I don't know, it in the and I still remember this, like, how I felt. I kinda was like, "This is my last ditch effort," 'cause I tried before,
Hmm.
like, I will Google stuff, like, how to
Of course.
so the only thing I read is like, "Oh, when you feel like you have that ping sensation to push," and I'm like, "I'm pushing, nothing's happening." I was like, forget it." So this was
Hmm.
really like a last ditch, "Hey, if this works, great. If not, whatever." I was right, and I like to be right, so I was like, "I'm just gonna rub this
Who
in
you?
Jason's face." I was right.
No, no, no. I don't know what you're talking
So,
about.
I really did take this I did my homework. You know what I'm saying? I did my homework. Um, and here I am, the old master.
Mm, the old master. That's a good AKA, man. I'm just saying, like,
And I
if you
only
don't
say
use
that
it,
because
somebody
I
else
can
might take
literally
it.
control it.
I know. I know. I mean, you really are what you say you are right now, and that's what's up. I love it. I love it. Oh man. All right. So, that was a great story. Uh, but we have some other topics to discuss as well. One of the topics is: do you think there's a such thing as a healthy situationship? Like, do you feel like that's possible? And mind you, I don't know your experience with situationships, but I feel like this is something that a lot of people at least have dealt with at least once or twice. So, you know,
So, I've been into situationships.
okay.
Based on those experiences, I'm gonna go with no.
Okay. Can you tell me
I'm gonna
why?
go with no. 'Cause I think well, you know what? I take that back. I think it depends. I think it depends on knowing when to let the situationship kind of just go and fizzle out,
Mm, mm,
which I and my partners in the situationship really haven't had. We didn't just let it, go. So what initially attracted us to each other is still there, and then that just kind of,
mhm.
breeds other stuff. Like it's just I don't think at this point I would get into another one. I'm still kind of in one, so it's once
But
that
you
dies, once that goes away, I'm done.
would you say that the one you're in is somewhat healthy? Like
No.
it's oh, okay. All right. I thought this
Well, let
one
me
was
not.
gonna be a no.
Well, I
When I
was.
say when I say healthy now, like I just mean like, you're able to uh you're both able to function without, there being a lot of like tension and stuff like that. Like you're still able to,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
live your life with this situationship going on without it
yeah.
affecting.
Okay. Well, and that with those parameters, I would say yes. I was saying it was unhealthy because I'm always mad at him. You know what I'm
Oh.
saying? Like, I'm always mad, and then he's mad. And then, he's mad
Hmm.
at me for one thing, and then we kind of get over that. Then I get mad at him for something else. Like, I just feel like a situationship, like in my mind, it should just be like there's no feelings in terms of like anger, jealousy,
Mm,
none of those things. It's just like,
mm,
we're cool, we're friends. This is not necessarily like a booty call type situation. There's no disrespect, but there's a certain level of respect that's there, I should say.
hmm.
So because those are there, it leads to the other stuff, you know. So
That's what I was gonna ask you too. Like, do you think some of those things that you guys get mad at each other for could happen within a relationship, like a committed
yeah,
relationship as well?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. So then it's not the situationship's fault, right? I mean,
But I I think it
I'm
is a
just asking, like,
situationship's fault. I think it is
okay.
a situationship's fault because and truthfully, I don't know anyone else who has been in a situationship that it was just, this is just what it is
Hmm.
without other feelings, getting upset and jealous and all this other stuff. I genuinely I can't think of anyone. Even my male friends who have
Well,
situationships, oh,
well,
this bitch. I'm like, but wait, that's not your girlfriend. That's like, what's the
well.
problem?
The thing is, by definition, and I talked about this on the last podcast episode. By definition, a situationship is like more involved emotionally than a friends with benefits situation, but it's not quite a committed relationship. So it's like in
Now, by
between.
your definition, does that situationship ever develop into something else?
That's up to the people involved. I mean, I
So
can't I
no.
can't make that call. You know what I'm saying? Like it could. It
I
could.
don't think it can be healthy. I'm sorry. I don't think. Maybe when it
Okay.
evolves into a relationship, maybe then it could become healthy. But while it's
But
a
not as a
situationship,
situationship, you're saying?
no.
No.
Because to
Okay. I
me,
see.
a perfect situationship is one where like there's mutual respect. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna disrespect
Hmm.
you, you're not gonna disrespect me. But those outside those, anger, jealousy, those type of feelings are not there because we know what it is. I don't think that's possible.
Don't think that's possible.
I
Hmm.
don't. Well, me personally, like I can't be intimate like that with someone that I don't have feelings for.
That makes sense.
So those feelings are always going to be there for me. Like maybe not in the beginning. Maybe in the beginning I'm like, okay, my man, you do what you want to do. But then
I was gonna
eventually I'm gonna
say,
be
yeah.
like, well, you know what I'm saying? Saturday night. Why can't you come over with who you with? Like, so so
Okay.
eventually it will. So that's why I say knowing when to end the situationship. Maybe within that time frame it could be healthy, but the
Hmm.
longer you let it go, absolutely not. No.
Okay. I think that's a fair response. Um, I'm stubborn, so I like to go against the grain a little bit, not on purpose, but it's just the way my mind thinks.
So
I
what
do think
about you in a situation you've never had those?
those feelings
Yeah.
of like jealousy.
Yeah.
Um, Jealousy, not so much. I actually when I'm in a situationship, I typically
I
encourage the
forgot who I was
woman.
talking to. I forgot. That's on me. That's on me. That's on me. I forgot. That's on me. That's on me. My bad. My bad. I forgot who I was talking to.
No, you gonna let me get the answer off though. You
No, get
already
it,
asked
but
the
I just
question.
wanted you to know
You
I
already asked the
forgot.
question.
My fault. My fault. I forgot.
So I typically encourage the person to, go out and date and do it, do whatever she wants because I'm gonna do that. Um, I'm very much about reciprocity and about like, equal treatment and equal opportunity type of thing. So like if I'm able to do something, you should be able to do it too. Being that I'm not in a committed relationship with this person, mm,
Why
I'm
is
gonna
it so much
still,
easier for men? Because I personally think men are more emotional than women.
I can see that, but women are better at expressing their emotions than men are,
So
for
you do
sure.
feel some underlying jealousy. You're just not expressing it.
No, 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 no. Jealousy, no. Again, you forgot who you was talking to.
Yes, again, I had a
I
momentary.
mean, not listen. Not that I've ever, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like I've never been jealous. I have. Um, it's something that still I have to test it out to see to what degree I'm jealous, but I know I'm not as jealous as like the average person for sure. But in terms of in a situationship, I'm able to pretty much, I'm able to keep. I'm not gonna say keep. So the way I enjoy sex and share sex with people is like, um, I feel like I'm sharing love, right? That's what I provide. Like I'm providing love through sexual interaction. However, once that's done, I can separate what that was from, anything else. And I could still be affectionate with you. I could still treat you like a queen because I believe that's what you are. I'll treat you with respect, but at the same time, I'm still open. Like I'm not, like totally just, in that situation unless that's what we agreed upon. So, um
So this needs to be another session because I need you to teach me. I need you to give me some tips because
wait, hold on,
I
hold
I
on.
can't do that.
You got somebody. I appreciate this. Sorry to interrupt you, Joanne. But this person said I had one and it worked for years. So maybe there
That's not
is, I'm saying, a
hard.
possibility. Oh, okay. Well, maybe
We've
it
talked about
is.
this, but yeah, yeah.
Okay. But go ahead, go ahead. You said you need
But actually, the one that I'm kind of, I guess, kind of in now
mhm,
works for me, but every now and then, and it works for me only because there's a very distinct reason why, one very distinct reason why it cannot be any more than what it is right now. I've come to
mhm,
terms with it. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
So I'm good. But he tends to like he'll be like, okay, I'm good, but then he'll bring it back up, and I'm like, no, we talked about this. So
mhm,
it's always so. But I've realized whenever we have this conversation, whenever he brings it back up, like kind of hinting or testing the waters to see if I'm open now to like being together,
mhm,
and I'm like, no. Uh, it's always like after that my like jealousy feelings come about. You know what I'm saying? I think he knows that. I think he
mm,
likes it, but once we're like right now we're good. Like I'm not thinking about what you're doing. I don't care. But just you know, I already know it's eventually gonna come back up. Like, so, why can't we be together? And then those other emotions follow.
hmm, okay. That's very interesting. Um, Let me read this other comment as well. Uh, Jennifer, my sister, y'all who don't know, a lot of men are so emotional, not intelligent that when they feel feelings, they feel them in a big way and don't know how to manage them. And I can agree with that. That when you said like we're more emotional, I wouldn't say we're more emotional. It's just I think women get their emotions off a lot more frequently, so they don't have a buildup. Like they don't have that buildup of like so much emotion that when they get to a point where they just basically explode or implode. So I think it allows y'all to manage it better over time, as opposed to when things happen, addressing it, and then as guys sometimes not knowing how to deal with it once it comes up because we're just not used to dealing with it. So um,
I call it
uh,
emotionally retarded.
okay, that could
And
be
me and
something
Jennifer
too.
spoke about this too. So like I saw
Okay,
this and I was triggered like, "Ooh, mm,
so all right, all right, so you don't think that there can be a healthy situationship? I
I
do
don't."
believe that there can be one, even though I can't say that I've.
So
I can't
now
honestly.
this
It's crazy. I've said that, but I can't say that. I don't know if I've actually had one that's like ended to where nobody was like hurt.
that was gonna be my question. Did the other person
So
feel like it was healthy?
nah. Well, it
So
was
it's it
probably healthy. No, it was probably healthy during the time, but the way when it ended, that's another factor of being healthy is that both people have to be ready for it to end. It can't just be one person. And typically, it's more of me that's ready to end it. So it's not a healthy situation. So I haven't achieved it yet either, but I still believe it's possible.
so what you're saying is you have not been in a healthy situationship. That's all I
Up
got from
until
that.
I have been up until they end. When they end, that's when it's
So,
not healthy anymore. Like the
okay,
ending
but
is
the
when
whole thing that makes it null and void. You have not been in a healthy situationship.
nah, we just gonna like ignore
Yeah.
everything that happened
Yep.
before that.
Mhm.
Nah, you can't do that. I know people be trying to do that, but you can't do that. You can't erase the
You're
situation
not
that we had and
erasing it, but it's not healthy. Because to me, what that's telling me is that your partner had underlying feelings that they just were not telling you because they know that that's not what you wanted. So
uh,
this person's not gonna say, "Hey, Jameson, like I really want to be together past this," because you've already express that that's not what you want. That's not healthy.
So this is what we're gonna do on this
That's what we're
podcast,
gonna
huh?
do on this podcast. I mean,
Okay. All right.
we're gonna call a
Okay.
spade a spade.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Well, like I said, I haven't achieved it yet, but I think it can be achieved. And
Thank you for
Christina
agreeing
agrees
with
with
me.
me. Christina
Christina
agrees with
does
me
not
that
agree with
it's
you.
possible. Yeah, she said I had
Christina
one and it
does
worked
not
for years.
agree.
Don't make me go back in the comments because I still got them. So yeah, she agreed with me. You got people laughing at the conversation and kind of our thoughts on it. But all right. So speaking of that, right? I think I already know the answer to this one, but I'm gonna ask it anyway because I think we've discussed this. Let me go ahead and put this real quick. All
Oh
right.
my god! I was like, he's not gonna see it.
So yeah, so the
Like
next
he's not gonna see
question.
the comments. You're so
No, I'll be seeing the comments.
petty.
I mean, I learned from
Wow.
the best. I learned from the best.
Who is that?
All right. Yeah. 3 decades. Don't forget. Um, so I already know the answer to this because we've talked about this before. But would you ever consider or would you ever be open to any kind of like open situation with somebody? And that could look a lot of different ways. So, in any capacity of being open, would you consider that or be open to it? Let me tell y'all something. That is the quietest that Joanne's ever been when she speaks, ever.
Wow,
All
wow,
right.
wow,
So
wow,
she
wow,
must be
wow.
very serious about that answer. Like very serious. And I know her too, so I know she's really serious about it too. Um, okay,
You
well, that
know,
was
um, I so in my mind, I feel like I could be open to it if the relationship was like based on something. You know what I mean?
hmm
Like
you got a good
if I was
foundation.
with no, not even.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not talking about me personally. Oh well, okay, well never mind. Never mind. My answer is no. I'm too
For
jealous for
you,
that.
no.
Like I don't even like my man to like say hi to why you can I curse? Like you why you say
Of course. Come on now. This is not me in high school.
You
This is me now.
gotta bring me back
Come on,
on.
you good.
You have to bring me back on for these high school stories.
Nah, we don't need to talk
Um,
about that. We good. We good. We've moved
so I
on.
don't know. So really quickly, I don't know if you've ever seen the Martin stand up. You so crazy.
That's the one I have not seen actually. Nah. Mm-mm.
So there's a scene where he's talking about how his girls jealous or whatever. So they go to the club and the guy is checking his coat at the coat check.
Mhm.
Us in South Florida would know nothing about that. So anyway, he's like, the coat check girl takes the coat and smiles. And the girlfriend comes behind and was like, "Why you smiling in my man face? Like your job is a check coach. Check him, bitch. That's me. That is me. Take the coat, hand him the ticket, and let him be on his way. Why you smiling? That's me. That's me. You smiling too long at
Oh,
the waitress.
I'm sorry.
Like, okay, she said, like, that's me. You know what I'm saying? I don't like my man to even
Oh,
say hi to another bitch. Don't wave at her. I don't
oh
listen.
my God.
Have a nice day. Why do you want her to
Okay.
have a nice day? Why does she need to have a nice day? What's the reason?
Why does she need to have a
So
nice
why
day?
why do you care if she has a nice
Oh.
day? Do you know her? Are you fucking her? I
Ah.
mean, I'm just joking, but still,
Okay.
I mean, that's a slight, that's exaggerated, but I can't go from that to like knowing my man is. I'm getting sick just even thinking about it. No,
Okay. So you know what? Usually I try to like, hey, nah, you got to think about it this way. Nah, there's no hope for you in that regard. Like you're not movable to that direction. And I understand and I respect that.
and I know people who
Um
are in open relationships, and it works great for them. And my mind is always blown, but that's not for
mhm.
me. It's
All
not for
right,
me.
fair enough. And it's not for everybody, to be honest. Like to be totally honest, I feel like your mindset has to just be a certain way for you to be able to function in that. Or you have to be in a relationship long enough to where y'all just develop a certain level of trust and communication and all the other stuff that you need to have
I'm
a
never gonna
successful
get to that
relationship.
level of trust ever.
Okay, I
Never in
respect
life.
that. You know what I'm saying? I respect it. Uh, my sister says y'all chemistry is awesome. I agree. I mean, this is 20 something years in the making. So Not surprising at all. Calvin, welcome to the podcast. He says, "Wow, coach."
He already knew this about me.
Christina, of course. That's one thing. If you know Joanne, like she's transparent, and you're gonna get the real version of her most of the time. Unless she don't really fuck with you, then maybe you won't see all of
Then
her. But
you would know.
that
You
too,
would
that
not even
too.
have to question it. Do she like me? Or you? There's no question.
Okay, but we have a question here. Is knowingly, Erlan says, welcome, Erlan. Is knowingly accepting a partner cheating and turning a blind eye considered being in an open relationship? I'm going to go ahead and say no if that's not something that you guys have agreed on mutually. Um, that might be a coping mechanism, but I wouldn't say that that's being in an open relationship because it sounds like only one person's being open. And y'all didn't come to that understanding together, and I think that's a big part of being in a ethical non-monogamous relationship, however that looks, whether that's swinging, whether that's just being open, all the different forms. There's got to be a mutual understanding between the two people, um, that this is what's happening, and this is what we're agreeing upon. So do you have something you want to add, or you know do you have an
My
opinion
mind went
about that?
somewhere else. Yeah, my mind went
Oh,
somewhere. My mind is like the person who knows about the cheating is just collecting evidence.
oh,
They're
well,
playing like that's where my mind went. So I don't even think it's like turning a blind. So to answer the question, no, I don't consider that to be an open relationship. But 9 times out of 10, the person who's staying quiet is just collecting evidence until they're ready to hit you in the face with it.
really? Okay. You don't
I've
feel
been
like
there.
it's more.
I have
You
been
don't feel.
there.
Let me ask you something. So you don't feel like it could be more of like they just don't want to address that because it's too difficult a conversation, too difficult of just obviously like you got to do something once you know that information. Once that other person knows you know that
Yeah.
information.
That's
So
remember I said 9 times out of 10. So that one time out of 10 is the person just, I don't want no problems. I'm just gonna turn a blind eye. The other nine,
collecting evidence. I
I've
hope y'all
been
listen
there.
to this stuff too, y'all. All right, because I mean, I don't have too much to add to this, but apparently, hey,
What he said for
I'm
the
just saying.
birds. What does that mean?
I see precisely. Passion says precisely. Calvin says for the birds. I don't know, but
I don't know either,
again,
but
I said my piece,
don't get caught
so
slipping
I have
around
nothing
me.
else
That's
to
all I
add.
got to say.
I have a feeling that getting caught slipping around you is probably a lot more dangerous than you know. It's just not a it's just not a good
Listen,
idea. I'm
don't
just saying.
go scaring off any potential suitors. I'm not,
You want a potential
yo,
suitor who you're gonna have to collect evidence on?
I don't.
I'm
I
scaring
don't.
those. I'm scaring those
Oh, you
off.
know what? You're right. You're right. Carry on.
Yeah, exactly. I'm scaring
Carry
the right
on.
one or the wrong ones off for you. You know what I'm saying? We trying to.
I see. I
Yeah,
appreciate
I
you.
got you. I got you.
Calvin
You know.
says collecting evidence is for the birds. I'm a Calvin. Don't let me get on here and start talking about you now. Don't let me start. Don't let me
Now
get
we
to
not talking.
talking about
We no,
you.
we not talking about nobody who's not on the actual podcast right now. Okay, so leave him alone.
You've been
I
saved.
got you, Calvin. It's cool. I got
You've been saved.
you. So, all right. What are the top? I've been asking people this. What are the top 5 sexy traits that you find in a man? You could take your time too, because we got the time. So,
I am weirdly attracted to tall and skinny men. And I mean like skinny.
hmm, hmm,
Like skinny. The situationship that I'm referencing that, just was not gonna work or that
hmm.
could not work. Like, I couldn't even put on his pants. Like, that's how skinny he was. Like, his pants would not go past my knees, like, skinny.
Would that
Okay, so
have anything to do with anything else, like any stereotypes with like
the
slender skinny
stereotype
men?
is let me tell you, no, 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 no. No, I don't no, 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 no. I don't I'm not attracted to them because of that stereotype, but the stereotype is true. Father God. Listen. This is a whole other podcast, bro. And I wouldn't even dare drop his name because anybody go look at him. Like, yeah, that part is true.
Oh
That part is very
shit!
true.
I
But
will be
it's like I
sweating.
don't know what it is about skinny guys. Like,
Oh.
I like I like the back too. So that was three, right? I said tall, skinny. Well, tall isn't
Well,
even
hold
really
up,
a
but you're
thing.
giving me oh, wait, you giving me physical attributes. I want to know also some like
Oh,
characteristics, like personality
oh
and
my God. I
stuff
love
about
someone
them.
who's funny,
Okay,
but I mean like funny.
funny, funny.
An
Yeah, yeah, I got
ugly
you.
guy has a chance with me if he's funny. Like if you could like genuinely make me laugh, and it's hard to make me laugh. I am attracted to funny guys. I could say that.
I don't know many women
Funny.
that aren't, so I feel you,
Guys brush up on those jokes. I'm telling you.
but make
I'm
sure they're
telling you.
good though.
And I don't I guess this doesn't really have to do with their personality, but I am attracted to a guy that I can tell um cares about their hygiene.
Oh,
You know what I
I
mean?
would
Like,
think, yeah.
but
You
no,
mean
it's
like
I mean
making sure like their nails are at least cut and stuff like
clean,
that and clean.
haircuts, smell good, their clothes is, does they look put together. Like I'm
Hmm.
attracted to that.
Like they take care of themselves.
Yes.
Hmm.
Because that means you're gonna take care of me.
Very true.
So I don't know. Was that five? Oh, and
Um,
hair. That's a physical one. I'm sorry, but I like men with hair, not facial hair, but like
hair on the
I'm
head.
a sucker for a man bun.
Okay.
I'm a sucker for a man bun.
Okay. If we can go back to this question, I want to make sure that we answer this question real quick. Erlan says, "Why do open relationships tend to benefit men more than women?" Um, that might be an opinion, to be honest, because it depends on who asks for the open relationship. There are women who request to be in an open relationship with their partner because they feel like they would like to have that kind of relationship. So that's not necessarily the case in all cases. I think there's this misconception that the whole open thing came from, mostly men who just kind of want to,
Is that
sleep
a
with a lot of women.
misconception?
It's a
Is that a
it's a
misconception?
misconception
Is it?
because I personally know women who like requested that in their relationships. Like they're the ones who are like, "Nah, I'd like to, you know, open things up a little bit." And I'm sure there's more. When you really think about it, right? You got to understand something. Just based on how we're built sexually, men and women, right? Women are way more suitable for multiple partners than men are. You know what I'm saying? Like just from the fact of the orgasm perspective and the ejaculation perspective. A guy when he ejaculates, he's got one and he needs a little bit of time typically to get you see that look? You see that look, y'all, right? He typically needs some time to get back recharged. There's that refractory period. He needs time to get back recharged and be able to go again. A woman can go on and on and on
That's
and
not
on.
necessarily true. It's
Okay, please
not.
go ahead, give
After
me
the
more.
big one, like I'm done. After the big one, you know
But
what?
is that more of but is that more of like desire wise you're done or your body is done?
My
Because
body is
then for a
spent.
man, for a guy, like we can't go. We want to go again, but we gotta wait that whatever the amount of time it is, maybe 15. It's more for some people. For me, it's more like I'm a one hitter quitter, so that's why I had to work on my stamina. You know what I'm saying? So I could go for a long first round. But everybody's different. But there's still going to be some period in between where you need like a break. So you're saying your body is done after the big one. You're finished.
But I
Like you
could go
can't go
again.
no more.
I could.
I know. I know you can. I know you can. Again, you wanting it again and you being able to go again is two different things. All right. So okay. So that's what I'm saying. So I do think the narrative got switched around somewhere along the timeline where it's men that want multiple partners, but in all honesty, I think that just comes from like kind of
But
how
I do
society
think it
has.
is. I do think it's more men than women though.
But I think that's because that's been made okay and acceptable. If a woman wants to
Okay.
be more open, she's criticized and like ridiculed to the point where it's kind of like, all right, let me not say nothing if I do want to be more open and maybe even a little promiscuous. Like, so society has made it to where women are a little afraid to be you know,
I can
um,
agree with that.
totally open with their sexuality. So that's my opinion on it. So I don't totally agree that, it benefits men more than women. I think it benefits. The big thing is you have to be in a situation where the communication is on point, and you got to be in a situation too where there's a strong foundation, because you can't, like, I don't know, in my opinion, you can't just start something off, y'all still getting to know each other, still learning about each other in the relationship, and then you're like, yeah, let's open things up, because whatever has not been resolved is just going to be magnified, through opening
But
things up.
that's literally what happens.
If you don't have a strong enough foundation, that's what
This is true.
happens. The
This is true.
foundation is very important. It's probably the most important part of starting that kind of situation. But people like to speed past all that other stuff and just get to, let's open things up. So
Yeah.
yeah, but okay, I'm glad we were able to get to that one. But I like your top five or your top six, I believe you had. Yeah, I like your top six as well. That's pretty good. I've heard other stuff as well, like actually I have it written down because I talked about this on another episode. I got confidence. Um,
Mm.
yeah, someone who's driven and ambitious is sexy. Um, good with hands. Everybody didn't say that, but some people did say that. Um, I happen to
You
be
know
a,
what,
a
too? I
mechanic,
like a
y'all.
man
Just
who
just to let y'all know, I'm a mechanic.
I like a man who I know can be like a good leader. I guess that goes to his confidence.
Oh, okay.
That's very sexy because I can already picture like, okay, if we were married, you know what I'm saying? You the man.
Hmm.
I run away from men that early on I could tell that I can walk all over. Like
Okay, I
I
could understand that.
run. Cause I mean, Jeanson, you know me. And I don't mean to run over people. I really don't. But like the minute I can sense like I can walk all over you, it's like it's downhill and there's no recovery. Like it's downhill from there.
I could understand that. I totally understand that. Like, it makes perfect sense. And I feel the same way even for women. Like, I'm not saying like we have the same personality, but like still, I don't want to feel like, I could totally get what I want anytime I want, type of thing. Like, I want somebody who's gonna match me, not necessarily just, take my word every time I say something. But yeah, okay. And then I had funny and sense of humor in there as well. Like, other people said that as well. So like I said, that's not uncommon to hear. Um, all right. So what else would you like to add while you're on the Sex Mechanic podcast? Is there any other topic that you just been burning to talk about?
I'm
Um,
sure there is, but just on the spot, I can't. Mm,
okay.
I don't know.
Any of y'all in the chat have any more questions that you would like us to address or answer? Any statements or comments? I really appreciate the participation tonight too by everybody in the
Yes.
comment section. Y'all really been getting involved and keeping us on our toes. Okay, I got some new comments. Let me see. Jennifer says, okay, I agree with that one, Joe. Leadership qualities are uber sexy. Okay.
Very.
Is, and how about there's another
Calvin
thing.
has a question.
Oh, go ahead. Let me see what Calvin has to say. Shaved or nah? You know what? I asked this question to somebody the other day. That's a great question. Thank you for that. I asked that question. And to what degree?
Me personally, I don't really care.
Okay.
The people that I deal with they care about grooming. So if they're not shaved, they're definitely clean down there. It's really, I don't have a preference. Just clean and smell good. Do not, okay, he says in that whole story about no, absolute. I will get up and you need to get out of my house now. I might fight you on your way out. I might fight you on your way out.
Hey, so
I
to spitting
might
for
drop a
y'all,
table on your head on the way out.
for
Do
all of y'all,
not.
for all of y'all out there, you better know for sure that this shit is cool before you do it. All right, don't just be going around spitting in people's
It's
mouth.
a homicide. It's a homicide. It's a homicide. Oh my God. What? Yes, Erlan said so gross. That is so disgusting.
Oh my god.
But while we're on this, yes, that's
Ooh. No,
disgusting.
go ahead. Go while we're
I
on the
had
subject. What's that?
someone, well, not on the subject. I guess this falls into the subject of like kinks and fetishes. Like,
Mhm.
I had somebody ask me to pee on them,
Yeah,
and
that's a thing for some.
I mean, I'm not yucking anybody's yum, but I just was like, oh my god, like I don't think I could do this. Oh, you know what?
What's
That's not
up?
even
What
what
you
they
got?
asked me.
Oh
They
shit.
were like, I want you to give me a golden shower. I was
Okay.
like, I was like, "Oh, you want me to go, like, in the tub and pee on your leg or something?"
Mhm.
And they were like, "No." He's like, "I want us to go in the shower." He's like, "I'll start giving you head, and then you just surprise me." And I was like,
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were gonna say like it's something about in the being in the shower that it's not to me. It's like not that bad. But
"You
like in
didn't
the
hear
bed,
did you hear what I said?"
you said surprise me.
He wants
Oh,
to
surprise
give
me as
me
in
head,
yeah. Yeah,
and
I
I'm
heard
not
exactly
yucking
what you
anyone's yum.
I heard exactly what you said. What I'm
Okay.
saying is if it was in the bed, my mind like just automatically goes to the sheets and like kind of having to change.
Oh, yeah, since it's
Yeah,
not in
I'm
the
just
bed, it's
like,
not
yeah,
gross at all. It's not disgusting.
come on,
It's
man.
not in the
If
bed,
it's
it's
not,
not
no, if it's
nasty.
in the shower, it's cool. It's all right. It's not bad. I haven't done it, but I'm just saying, like, I could see the appeal in the shower
I just
versus on the
I
bed. That's
couldn't
all I'm
do
saying.
it. I was like, "Let me think about it."
Knowing that you wasn't down, he was
I
like, nah,
I
it's not
really
gonna happen.
had to, like I was like, "I cannot, I no, I can't." And they were like they weren't begging, but they were like, "Oh, did you think about it?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, it's a no for me.
Oh my goodness.
It's a no
Wow.
for me."
That's an interesting request. It's not that uncommon, but
As I
what's the wildest request you've gotten? Is that the wildest one?
Oh, that's not the wildest one.
Okay, I had a feeling like there was others.
So, again, 'cause I don't wanna yuck anyone's yum. I feel like I gotta keep saying that, right?
Yeah, for anybody who's watching or listening, like this is personal preference. It's not, something is wrong with you because you like this or anything like that. It's personal preference.
Exactly.
This ain't me. You know what I'm saying? So not me. I'm talking about in this case, Joanne saying like what she's been
Been
offered and
asked.
not been, yeah, not been interested in.
So, someone else asked me, and this was years ago, um, that while I was giving him head, if I could just go lower. Like,
Hmm. Hmm.
I
Just
was
scoot a
like
little bit, just scoot a little bit
I
further
was
down.
like
Um,
"Are you crazy?" And I'm not talking about
he
the
said,
balls, I'm
"Are you
talking about
crazy?"
basketball,
Oh,
like, they
I
wanted
know.
me to
Can you pass over the little bridge
No,
right there
actually,
and
the
just.
person asked me to finger them down there
Mhm.
and lick it, and I act like I didn't hear them. I totally I barely could finish, and then I was just like, "Did this person really just ask me to
Oh.
lick a grown man's butt? What? Me?" Needless
Oh
to
my
say, that was
god.
the last time we ever did anything, like, I was
But we got nerves and stuff back there.
Yes, but
Alright,
my first of all, I'm not
okay,
doing that.
okay.
Just ill, no.
I
2, second of
I
all,
got you.
I'm like, "You a grown ass man with some grown ass man dookie. Like, you think I'm going about like me?"
You know what? Aside from anything else, and this is me maybe oversharing, but that's the biggest thing that I'm just like, "Nah, I'm good," in terms of somebody going back there. Like, I'm good because
I don't even care to have
then
it
you
done to
expect
me,
but then
honestly.
you yeah, and I don't necessarily care to do it for anybody either. Hopefully, I don't get a lot of requests for it, but if I do, it'll be what it is. I'm probably not
The
gonna do it,
times that has
but
been done to me was absolutely for the other person. Like, they are known for liking to do that. So I'm like, "Knock
got you.
yourself out. I'm just waiting for the rest of the show." I'm waiting for the rest of the show.
Fair enough. I want to read you some of these comments. So, uh, Calvin said, "I'm gonna head out." Well, first of all, my sister said, "I think Calvin needs to be a guest on." I'm gonna have to request that. See if he's got some availability. He said, "I'm gonna head out." Then we got some laughing emojis. We got I can't. It's a hell F no. I guess that's for which part
I
we
think that
talking? The
was for
golden
licking the
shower,
butt.
maybe?
No, I think that was
Okay.
for licking the booty.
Okay. I'm dead. Yeah, it's Norm. I've been asked to put my thumb in,
Who
and
is
honestly, like,
Passion? Do you know Passion?
no, not no,
Because
not at
I
the
don't
top
know
of
if
my
that's
head.
a man or a woman. I don't mind a thumb, so I
For
don't know.
you,
For
you're
me,
saying okay, but you're not interested in putting a
I'm not.
thumb.
No.
Okay, got you,
No, no, no,
got
no, no,
you.
no, no, no.
Grown man Dookie. My thing is, I'm not gonna ask anybody to do anything that I'm not necessarily willing to do. So goes back to that equal opportunity thing. Like,
Oh, you're not
I don't
putting a thumb in the
necessarily
butt,
need
Jason?
no, because in all honesty, like
Really?
now I can't use that thumb. I can't use that thumb after that. I'm kind of a germaphobe a little bit. So
Oh
uh,
yes, you
I
are. Yes,
I'm just
yes,
saying,
you
like,
are. I forget. Oh, Jensen,
Chri-
man, you got to have me
Christina,
back on,
Christina.
man.
Oh, of course, Christina said you got to eat the boot like groceries.
Kristen,
Nah, I got other skills. I'm good.
I
Like
don't care for it. I don't care if they do it. It's for you. Go ahead, knock yourself out. But I'm not gonna ask for it because it does nothing for me, really.
some women enjoy it though. Like, well, I mean, a lot of women these days are requesting it. You know, like this is.
I don't know. Maybe I
Remember
need to
when they
have
used
it
to,
done again just to
it's a possibility.
really.
It's possible. Maybe you need to be in a different mindset when it happens to you, and you could get the full effect. I don't know. When that happens, you let me know how it goes if you don't mind. Um, what did I just walk into? Says the diamond butterfly. What's up, Tasha?
Tasha, you should have been here at the beginning, man. This is
Oh,
mild. This is not even the good stuff.
Passion says I'm a female,
Okay, okay.
so
So, all right.
got you. I thought you meant booty. I said booth. My bad. I should have said booty. You missed a great show. I got to start tuning in regularly. Pure entertainment. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. At Calvin SMDH, shaking my damn head. Use your own advice, Joe, and just relax. That's what my
Relax
sister
for what?
says.
I'm relaxed when they do it to me. I'm ready for the
Mhm.
rest of the show.
Passion says, try
Try
it
it
again.
again.
She's like, look, you missing out. I'm just saying.
Christina's comment.
My husband said, stay away from his ass. Hey, I'm not mad. You know what I'm saying? Like that girl man dookie thing is a real thing, but women be as much as y'all like to act like,
I have a whole grooming process. Like my, my friend, my situationship friend, he can't just call me and say
suited
I'm
up.
coming in 30 minutes. Like he already knows.
Hmm.
I have a whole regimen that I go through. He's
I
seen it.
appreciate that. I
So
appreciate that. And I hope he does too, because that's consideration. You know what I'm saying? Like same way the original question, which was shaved or not shaved. Like when I asked that question to somebody, she was like, it's not a big deal. But then when I started talking about like in more detail, like why I even asked the question, it's more for like, head. Oral sex is like you don't want hairs and stuff like in your mouth. So like depending on how wild he grows, you probably want some level of grooming down there. Like you don't just want it to be a wild jungle. So yeah. So I mean, just for any guys listening, like, do some level of grooming and taking care of trimming that area. It doesn't have to be bald. It doesn't have to be fresh, like, like somebody before puberty or something like that. No offense to anybody who hasn't had puberty yet. We all go through it eventually. But what I'm saying is take care of it. Trim the bush for sure. All right. So no sex after working out. I can't say that actually. I was gonna
it's a
say
no for me.
I might be a little open to that because there's something
It's a
very
no for me.
primal and natural about that part that's very sexy and kind of like just raw sexual energy. I can't say that's off the table for sure.
It's all
Uh,
for me.
does a woman need to be shaved? Nah, just like me, like just don't have it too wild because I don't want to have to do too much work to just to get to where I'm trying to go. Like I don't want to have to
From
be.
my experience, I think men don't care because there's been times
I
like
do.
I guess as spontaneous as I've ever gotten has been like after the club with like my
Hmm.
regular, and I'm
Hmm.
like, no, I have to shave. He's like, man, I don't care about that shit. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
Well.
but you probably shaved before. Like it's happened.
No, this needed to be. I typically TMI. It needed to be shaved, and
Okay.
he was like, I don't care, like. And I've heard that, like, I've heard guys say that, like, ain't no grown man turning down hairy pussy. I'm like, okay, well,
Oh, somebody says just rinse off really quick. Um
no.
Erlan said, "Y'all boring.
I'm not
Just kidding."
against spontaneous sex. I'm really not, but not
Uh,
after working out. Like, I'm not going down there if no,
yeah. Let
no.
me, let me just do a little wet wipe. Well, look,
It's a no for
again,
me.
like I said, I think there's something very raw and primal about it. So I'm down. Like I'm not
Are
against
you
it.
giving head after workout?
I could, yeah, sure. If I'm in that space and I want it, like we getting it. We getting it in.
Okay.
So I mean, that just doesn't seem that bad. OMG, I had braces and his pubes got caught in the wires. That's what I'm saying. Like, keep it trimmed, y'all. Keep it trimmed. Got laughing emojis. Erlan needs to be a guest that has a voice box and talks in shadow.
Well, now we'll know it's her.
Now she gonna come on as as a mystery woman X or something like that, and that's how we'll do that. So definitely no head after workout. Yes to primal sex. That's what's up. Men with man buns probably
That's so
have wet
shady,
wipes in their
Jennifer.
wallets.
So shady. So shady.
Head while on her period. Okay, that's a
I
good
have been
question.
asked. I have been asked more times than I think, like, so y'all do this?
I've
Like,
said, I've
I've
said,
never done it, but I have been asked by more than one person.
I've said one time when a woman was like, "Oh, I'm on my period" or whatever, and I was just joking around, but still, I was like, "That's nothing but a little bit of marinara." Like, in all honesty, like it's just a little seasoning. It ain't nothing. Now, to be fair, I haven't done it because the other person obviously has to be comfortable with it. And so if she's feeling some kind of way and she's not really into
So
that,
it's
then
something
it's
you're
not gonna
open
happen.
to.
I'm open to that. Yeah.
How do you
It's
get
just blood.
around
It's listen, it's bodily fluids. Like
it's blood though?
it, it's bodily fluids. I'm literally inserting something inside of you. So I think that that's not that big a deal. Now, the thing about, feces
No, no,
has
no,
all
no.
kind of
Let's
other
go
stuff.
back to this. My mind is still not I don't understand. It's blood. Like,
Yeah. Okay. What's the rest? What else you got?
that's all I got. It's blood.
So okay, how about intercourse with your period? That's not a big
I
deal, right?
have had intercourse on my period.
Okay. So if I could
But
do that, then
I had to talk my ex into I've only had sex on my period with 2 people, and the first person had to kinda talk me into it. So
mhm,
with my most recent ex, he was, like, not for it, like and I don't know what it was about being on my period, like, I would be, like, super, super
of
horny.
course. Yep.
So I would be like, "Let's just go in the shower with the lights off." And he eventually then
Was
he would
okay
be
with it.
like, "Oh, your period is on, let's go in the shower." Like, he wouldn't have to
It's
use a condom, he would like, it was just
Hey,
a
there's some
whole thing.
benefits. There's some benefits with the
Yeah,
period, and the
yeah,
level of arousal on her part. Oh my god. Whew.
yeah,
When you talk about
yeah.
ready, like,
Mhm, mhm.
mm,
Yeah,
yeah, it's on another level. So
gotta agree with
I'm
that,
just
yep.
saying, y'all, dudes out there, if y'all just kind of turned off by the whole period thing, maybe
Go in
could
the
reconsider.
shower,
Go in
turn
the
the light
shower.
off, light a candle, like, you ain't even gotta look at it.
That's true. I'm not even into blood like that, but
I think you
that's kind of
are.
different.
I
That's a little
think you are,
different.
Jensen.
Whatever. Head while on her period, we got to draw the line somewhere.
I'm with you on that one, Calvin, because I don't even feel sexy like that enough to I'd
and
be
that was my
self-conscious the whole time.
and that was my point. Is like if it's not somebody, that's why I haven't done it, is because there hasn't been somebody who's been like, yeah, I'm okay with, we're good. A lot of women feel some kind of way during
I
that
let
time, and I
Trina.
understand it. You right. Erlan says clutches pearls. Oh, see, man, look, just use a tampon. Oh, that's a
Well,
good
you know
point.
what? It's funny that you said that, Tasha, because I've thought about that recently because I use a cup now. And like literally it's there's nothing. Nothing leaks, nothing comes out. So even,
There's ways.
yeah, I still wouldn't. But you know.
Oh my god. At passion, I've got questions. Okay. Yeah, we got some good stuff. I don't know what you got going on, Joanne, so I'm not gonna hold you too much longer. We've
I'm
had some
driving that
Oh,
conversation.
I could keep going. You
I
know what I'm
mean,
saying?
it's up
Like
to you. I'm good.
we'll go. All right, y'all. We'll go another 15 minutes. All right. 15, 20 minutes, and we'll see where the conversation goes. But um we've really gotten into some stuff that in my first
Mhm.
11 episodes I haven't touched yet. So I
You ain't had
appreciate
me long
Joanne.
yet.
I have not. You're right. Like Joanne is definitely a difference maker in the conversation as she usually is, even in person. Um, so let me continue reading these comments. LOL, it's two different openings. It's past my bedtime. Oh my god. Look, just again, it's nothing but a little bit of marinara. Just keep that in your mindset and you'll be good. It's nothing. When you
It's
really
not
think about it, right? When you think about the blood thing, right? It what is it about the blood that's so like ill besides the fact that it's blood?
well, I guess for me personally, I'm like freaked out by bodily fluids, by most bodily fluids,
Okay.
especially vomit and blood. Top 2. Like
Oh, okay.
vomit, oh my god. Close second is blood. And that's in any capacity. Like someone's bleeding out, I can't help you. Let me go find you some help. I'm not the person to apply pressure. I might
Gotcha.
throw up. Like it's just
You can't deal with that. Yeah.
so the
Hmm.
thought of like having that in my mouth, like, mm,
Wait, but no, you won't have it in your mouth.
I know, but it freaks me out when I've been asked, like, "You wanna
Oh.
do what?
Hmm. Okay.
You do what?"
Fair enough. All right. Um,
Nah.
you got a comment here that says, I told y'all, excuse me. I told you, y'all need to have Joe and Gene night every Monday. I mean, I'm down if Joe is,
I'm
is
down.
prepared and ready to do it. But man, this show is definitely gonna have to be done in the darkness, you know what I'm saying? At least on my end, a little bit
What?
darker, you know what I'm saying? Because the vibe of the show is more like a late
Oh,
night
yeah,
show,
mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Like a late night vibe. So, but I'm down for it, absolutely. I love having people like Joanne on who are not afraid to speak honestly and truthfully about, what they prefer, what they like, sex, dating. That's one thing I
I
know I'm
didn't
gonna
talk
get.
about what I like.
Talk about what you like. Why don't you go ahead? I mean, I know you're in a situationship right now, but maybe somebody might be listening who wants something different and might want to holler at you. I don't know.
I'm very big on foreplay.
Okay.
Like, it's almost as equal to me, like, with sex. It's, like, on the same playing field. Very, 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 very big on foreplay. Like, I think that's why I have a hard time letting go of the situationship that really needs to be done.
Mm.
I just, um yeah, man.
You
Just
feel you feel like other people won't give that kind of attention to the
I
to the
haven't had
before.
that, like, the partners that I've had before him, like, their foreplay has been like, "Alright, 5, 10 minutes." It's like, he gets off on, like, knowing that I literally cannot take anymore, like,
Hmm.
"Back it out, bring out the penis." Like, you know what I mean? One time in
Back it up.
particular, like, we were both inebriated, and I was like, "Please," and he was like, genuinely, he was like, "Please what?" And I was like, "Fuck me." He was like, "Oh." So ever since then, he's, like, been, like, trying to get me to that point. So I'm like, "No, that was a one-time thing," but he's got me pretty close. But I'm like, "Sir, I can't take this is torture." I mean, it's exquisite torture, but man, I can't
There,
take no more.
there's another gem in that. All right, y'all. I also mentioned this. Wait until you're asked because once she's asking for it, damn near begging for it,
Begging.
you in there, you
You can
good.
see it in
Like
my eyes, like, he's like, "Oh, she ready." And then he'll
you good.
tease
She's
me, and I'm just
ready.
like, "Oh, man,
That's when she's ready. So
this is
like,
why I can't have a quickie. This is why quickies don't work for me,
mm,
because I need this experience every time. Like, I'm
hmm
addicted to it. Like, I need to feel that can't take it anymore feeling.
respect, man. I love it. I love it. Oh, this conversation is great. Mm. Um, I'm with it. You know what though? I say that it has more importance, not just to how much she's enjoying it, your partner's enjoying it when you go longer with it, but again, it's a buildup, and so the more you build up and just keep building up, keep building up, keep building up, that gets you closer to the plateau. which in a lot of cases is orgasm. So um,
Oh my
build it
god.
up as much as
He has got me to the point where, like, he doesn't even have to be touching me. Like, literally, not touching me, and I will have an orgasm.
that's.
Like, he'll just be talking shit in my ear, and it's like,
Are y'all listening? Okay, I want to make sure whoever's watching right now. I'm gonna look right in the
get
camera.
y'all need to ask Jinx for the Joanne special. I'm
Y'all,
telling
I
you.
hope y'all listening. That you are dropping some gems right now,
I have even,
and
like, once like, I remember, like, we I always say, like, each time is better than the last with this person. So,
mhm.
I don't know, he had seen me, like, I don't know, on a Thursday, and I was replaying it in my head, like, days later. By myself, I remember just thinking about it, and I orgasmed. I wasn't touching myself, nothing, and I was just like, "This is crazy." Like, this is crazy.
I love it.
So, y'all
Joanne out
call
here,
Jason for this
Joanne out here living a dream, man.
y'all better
Like
call yes, absolutely.
you are living the life that people. I don't even know if people could dream about because it would sound ridiculous. It wouldn't
It
sound
it
real
almost
at
sounds
all.
unreal. No,
It sounds
sounds
like some
unreal.
sci-fi shit. Yeah,
Do you see why I can't let it go?
I get it. I get
I'm
it.
not ready yet.
I mean, I get it. I understand. That's quite a bit to kind of move on from. I'm looking at some of these comments like it's the scent I can't do. I think that
We're
person's
talking
still
about
talking
blood.
about the blood. Yeah.
Yes.
Um, what kinks do y'all have? I want to mess around with like bondage more because I really haven't had the opportunity to, and I want to play with that. And also me being, I guess, more submissive because typically I'm not. So I want to kind of test that out, see how that goes. And I learned like some maybe a few years ago that I have a higher pain tolerance than I originally believed or thought. So I kind of want to play with some pain play too. You feel me? So if I can get to that stuff, I'll have a good time.
The fact
If
that I have bed restraints.
so, that's definitely one of your kinks as well.
I don't like to be um the dominant one. Like I will choose submissive every single time.
Hmm.
The bed restraints, Jason, get
Mm,
into it.
will do. Will do. Diamond Butterfly says, sounds
They
like
stay under
50
my bed
Shades
ready.
of
Like, I
Grey
just tuck them in.
under your bed.
They say they because they go under the mattress and then you like
Oh,
it's
got
like
you
an
on each
X shape.
side.
So I just tuck it in,
Mm.
listen, give me
Hmm.
some bed restraints. Ugh.
You know
Getting
what?
head while restrained and you can't do anything about it. It's like,
You know what?
now
You,
you about
you
to make me send a "Hey, big head" text right now.
you like, as a matter of fact, I do have to go. I do have something to do. And I would totally understand. Sometimes when you start replaying stuff, you're like, damn, I need that like now or sooner than later. I get it. I totally get it. And you got me thinking about some things too. The sex mechanics about to
Get
turn
the
it,
bed restraints. I'm
yeah.
telling you.
Hmm. That's hilarious. He said under my bed, ready to go. Oh my god. Those are the only two for me though that I'd like to, mess around with, to be honest.
I don't think I have any kinks besides the like I like to be tied up. I have a safe word though, because when I can't take anymore, I just can't. I don't like the pain part though.
Okay.
I just like to be restrained.
Okay. I think I want to do the pain part more than the restraint. The restraint is like, yeah, whatever, because I actually don't like not being in control, like just in general in life. So that might be something to test, and see how it goes. But I think I'd be more into the pain part and see how thin that line is between pain and pleasure. But
I had a whole session with someone, like a whole BDM session
mhm.
that I requested actually because I want to test it out, and it's not for me.
Mm, okay.
The pain was just I don't know. It felt good, but then it didn't.
Hmm.
So I was kind of like,
You never got to that place people talk about where it's kind of like it just the pain is like, I guess I don't know if it melds into pleasure at some point, but
yes, so if I'm inebriated, and by inebriated I mean high,
mhm.
um, I love to have my ass slapped, but if I'm sober, don't do it. I hate it.
Really?
Yeah, so that's what
Okay.
actually led to us trying like a whole like he went out and got all types of stuff. Like he got a whip, he got like this bar that goes behind you tie it to your ankles and your arms or your wrists or
And you hold on
this
to it.
whole yes. So
Mhm.
it was an experience, but I don't think I would do it again. Just not the whipping part at least, because it got to a point where I was like, "Bro, are you mad at me? Like, what did I do? Let's talk. Let's
You
have a
mad at
conversation.
me?
It's something you holding inside. You didn't tell me. It's something I did. Let's talk about that." So I don't think I
That's
would do that
funny.
again, but I'm still up for the restraint. The ass slapping, I would still take.
Okay.
It's a must. But
Somebody says, but tie me up too.
yes,
And then Diamond Butterfly wants to know, what do you have,
I have
Joe?
bare
Like,
restraints, Sasha.
okay, all right. Maybe she wants the details
I'll send you the
offline,
link, boo. I'll
you
send
know.
you the link.
Role play.
I
I've
want
done.
to role play.
Oh, go ahead, please.
I haven't, but I want to. I want to do like a robber or like the pizza
Mm,
delivery guy.
mm.
Something like that. But I haven't done it yet.
I would do role play. I don't remember if I've. I think role play would be. I think I've done role play before, and it was like, yeah, it's cool, but I think it kind of loses its. I don't know. Once we get started, I don't
Yeah,
care about
yeah,
all
once
this
we get
acting
started,
shit.
it's whatever.
Like, yeah, like the characters are done. All right, I'm about to. We about to get into this and do what we need to do.
So
So
what was the scenario?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago. You see, it was that like it was that forgettable for me. Like whatever it was kind of like, oh, let's try this out. And then after we were done, I was like, all right, that was fun, I guess. But I don't know. Role play would be more fun just playing around in general, not even
Yeah.
sexually, but just in
Yeah,
general would
yeah.
be fun. Um, I'm gonna need you on this show too. Oh, Add Passion. If I know who Add Passion is, then I will ask her or request her to come on the show. Now I'm gonna have to find out who that is though. What about being choked?
It's a
Okay,
must.
that's a good one.
It's a must.
That's something actually I just started doing more. Like I know it sounds crazy. I know y'all. But for me it was kind of like I'm kind of worried about like, first of all I
Killing
need to know how
someone.
to do it. I feel like I don't know my own strength sometimes. I'm being real. So
The
like
person will let you know.
maybe there's times where I'm sure people have not. And it
So I
hasn't turned
think
out.
that's on the person too, seeing how much they can take.
And that's the thing. I don't want to be in that position where because I'm so concerned about hurting somebody else. That's why even with pain play, I don't want to be administering pain because I get kind of like I don't want to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Like I have that thing about me where I don't want to hurt people. So the choking is different though. Once I learn like the proper way to do it, it's a different story. Like choking even a little bit is cool. Even if she does it to me, that's fine too. Like I don't have a problem, but you know.
See, I had to get no, I like ass slapping. I'm sorry, Atlanta. No, I like the ass slapping. I
You
just
said before you didn't though.
no,
Before
I
you
don't
didn't
like it
like it.
sober. Sober, it just
Sober.
hurts.
Okay.
But like if
Got you.
I'm high or drunk, like it hurts for a second, then it feels amazing.
Okay.
But with the choking, like my situationship, I had to get him to like he would just have his hand like this. And I'm like, choke me. He'd be like, no, like just scared. The same reason. So I had to have a talk with him. I'm like, I need it. Just put a little bit more pressure. Now, oh, forget about it. Now he's immediately going like so. I'm like, all right, we're gonna put this relax.
Oh, that's funny.
But I have had someone ask me to choke them too. And I did it, but I don't like because I really enjoy being submissive. So I did it because it should be mutually, enjoyable for both of us. But
Yeah.
that's not my thing. I don't like choking. I don't like
Got
to
you.
choke the other person.
You much rather be choked than be doing
Yeah.
the choking. Got you. Okay. All right. It says Adderland, no, don't touch me like that. Uh wait, what's that refer? Oh, the choking part. Okay.
Mm,
Passion's like, no,
no,
I'm gonna choke you.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Role play is dope. Andre Richardson says, welcome, Andre. Um, my sister says, Joe, become an affiliate before you send out these links.
Yes, let me get these coins.
Uh, Erland says, oh, really? A must, but don't like ass slapping, Joe. Oh,
Talking
that
about
was the
the
one you answered
choking.
before. Yeah, the
But yeah,
choking.
don't choke me while I'm sober either. Like, bitch, what?
For real? Seriously?
Well, you know what? I don't have just being completely transparent, I don't have very much sober sex, so I wouldn't
Okay.
really know what it's like sober. I prefer not. Look, just I need all the sensations.
Okay.
I want to
No,
get
I'm
nice
with
and
you.
lubed up before.
Mm.
Yeah.
You got people in here trying to be funny. You're probably not as strong as you think you are, bro. That's my sister.
I
Um,
agree.
oh, you agree? Okay. All right. Anyway, men get off on being choked. Don't sleep on it. All
See,
right.
now
Well,
my situationship doesn't like it. Jokingly,
depends.
I said it like, "Oh," he was like, "No, don't choke me." I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it.
oh,
We're
but
gonna find out.
that's the type of response that
We gonna
says, "I'm gonna
find
try it."
out. We gonna find
Really?
out. Yeah, we gonna find out.
Or you can just bring the topic up again and maybe see
We
how that
already
goes.
said no, so why would I bring it up again?
Oh man. Okay. Yeah. The communication there is not set up for any kind of like open situation.
Not.
Oh man. Well, this has
It's funny
been
because I okay, go ahead.
no. You go, please.
No, I was gonna say I put this person onto a lot of stuff sexually.
Okay. So
Right.
you're confident that his mind might be changed,
He
maybe.
don't know that he like
That's a
it.
possibility.
I like was sticking my tongue in his ear and he was like, "Oh, what is this?" He had never titty fucked before, none of that stuff. So you don't know
Yeah.
that you like to be choked. Let me show you.
Okay. She's not talking to me, by the way, y'all, because I already said I'm cool with it. But she's talking to whoever she's talking to. That's not directed in this direction. So as long as y'all know, yeah, this has been really fun, Joanne. I
No,
would
it has.
love to have you on again whenever you feel ready, whenever you feel like you
You
have the
let me
time.
know. I'm ready. That's about this all day.
Okay, well, if turn the man out.
I did, Tasha. Tasha,
I'm
you've
sure
seen
that's
them.
okay.
Sorry, it's offline.
No, that's okay. That's for y'all. That's a little private thing y'all got going on. Um, this has been great, and again, we'll figure out the logistics of when you're available. I'd like to do this every Monday.
I'm
I've been.
down. This was so much fun.
I agree. This
This
is.
was
I
so
could
much
talk about
fun.
sex all day,
We
obviously, and all
know.
night. So,
We know. We
and
know.
clearly, you're no stranger to the topic of sex either. So, I mean, I think it makes for really good conversation.
So next week, I got my name got to be the old master. Like that's gonna be my handle.
I like it.
In fact, let me see if it's available on Instagram right now because
Go ahead.
I don't want
Y'all
anyone trying to
seeing
steal my
y'all seeing
name.
history right now. Yeah, you better jump on it before other people get on it for real. He said that Andre says, "Oh, he ain't going nowhere then. Probably after you've turned him out is what he's referring to."
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a tough one to stop when it's time, man. Good luck on that.
I'm already tearing up. Like, let's not do
Hey,
that.
I'm just saying. All
I'm
right,
already feeling a little bit sad.
I know how it can be. I've been in enough to know. Yeah,
All right. Thanks for having me on, Jameson. And
of
thanks for
course.
everyone who tuned in. I see a lot of familiar names on here.
Yeah, thank all y'all, and thank you for actually being active in the chat, sticking it out for an hour and a half with us. I don't usually go this long, but with certain people,
I don't take the
it
cherry. Look at that.
hey, with certain people, your stamina got to step itself up and get to the next level. So I feel like Joanne is one of those people. So um, yeah, this is a great podcast. This is episode number 12. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share if you like the video, if you enjoy the content. Share my channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the goal by this year, I guess. I think I could do that. So yeah, thank you to everybody. Thank you, Joanne, and
No problem.
we will be in touch.
Good night.
All right, y'all, later.
Bye.